Good morning. Hey, good morning, boys and girls. It is Faith Your Fears Friday. I guess I haven't changed that up on the recording side of it, but today just may be the best Faith Your Fears Friday we've ever done. But I'll let you be the judge. So hang tight, guys, because today we're going to be talking about the best of faith and courage. This is the best of faith and courage edition. And so the title that I put up there, I don't know if you guys can see that up there, but it says Faith Your Fears Friday. Embrace fear, grow in faith, and tap into your full potential. I think it says unlock your full potential. But check this out. Just what if the very fear that you have is the key to unlocking and tapping into your greatest growth. That's what we've been talking about here this past week. Where you been? Hello. And so on this Faith Your Fears Friday, we're going deep into the playground on this one. We're going to go spin that merry-go-round fast today because we're going to face and faith your fears, right? With that faith and shift your mindset to use courage to propel, to push you, to launch you forward. And so are you ready? Are you ready to turn your fear into fuel? That might be a good book idea right there. Turning your fear into fuel. Man, we guys would never stop because I know, hey, listen, I've got a few fears myself, but you know what? We're addressing them and we're moving and pushing them forward. And so, hey, what's up, Fun Life community? Hey, listen, this is your playground guy, Johnny Juan Ortiz here. And again, welcome back to this Faith Your Fears Friday, where we're going to confront those fears that are holding us back and use faith to overcome them. And so today, we're doing the best of Faith Your Fears Friday, building and bridging together that gap between what you're fearing and what you have faith for. And so there's going to be some really, really powerful insights and some quotes. You guys know I'm going to throw out some of the best Zig Ziglar quotes because that's who this whole Fun Life community is powered by, right? Mr. Ziglar spent invested over 5 decades of his time, his talent, his treasures, his resources, and we're basically using that to help move us in the direction of our dreams. But most importantly, here's going to be your big takeaway. You ready? It's going to be those actionable steps that are going to help you face that fear and faith that fear with courage. And I want you to trust the process, guys. We said this the other day. I think it was on Wednesday, where we talked about how if we will honor the process will honor us. I'm going to go fast, so I'm not going to be keeping an eye on the chat, but if you guys get a chance, just go ahead, like it, comment, share it with your friends and your family. As always, we can connect on johnnyjuan.com, or you can always call to book your one-on-one coaching strategy session, guys. And so you have that opportunity. You really do have that opportunity to be able to come in here and actually literally address those biggest fears that you have to be able to do whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish in this playground that we call life. And so let's go ahead and get started, baby. Let's go, because Mr. Ziglar said it best. Fear has 2 meanings. You ready? This might be that rider downer. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. I mean, really, the choice is yours. You get to choose whatever it is that you're going to want to do, because 2 Timothy 1:7 said it best. And this is our Faith Our Fears Friday scripture, right? This is going to be like our key scripture for this one. It says, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of what? In the comment section, put it down there. Yeah, but of power and of love and a sound mind, guys. And so what does that mean? What does that scripture really mean? Really, fear is often, seen as the enemy. But just what if? What if fear is simply a teacher? I mean, what are you afraid of? What if it's the lesson inside of it that's actually going to help move you, right? So instead of running from it, we need to learn from it. We need to embrace it. And so fear shows us where we're most vulnerable and what we care about the most. And so by choosing to not just face your fears, but faith your fears with that courage and that faith, you not only overcome them, but you also grow stronger in the process. And that's why I'm telling you guys, trust the process. And so just what if for a moment, what if your greatest growth lies just beyond your biggest and greatest fears? I mean, that's all I'm asking, guys. I mean, you can throw stones and throw tomatoes at me, or you can keep scrolling if you're not resonating with this one, because guess what? It is, you know what? It just is. And so what fear, the question, what fear have you been avoiding that could be the key to your growth? And how would your life change if you chose to face it with that faith today? Seriously. I mean, go ahead. Pause the recording. If you're watching this on the recording, if you're watching this live, or if you're driving, probably not a good idea. But if you're watching this on the recording, hey, listen, just pause it right now. Take a few minutes, write that down. What fear have you been avoiding that just could be the key to your growth? And how would your life change if you chose to face it with that faith that you have right now? Because if you'll take a moment, here's the thing. Welcome back. If you pause the recording, welcome back. Take a moment to reflect on one fear that you've been avoiding and write it down and ask yourself, what lesson is it trying to teach me? So instead of running from it, I get it, guys. I understand those false evidence appearing real. Your perception makes it real. And ask yourself how facing this fear is going to help you grow. And so you ready for the motivation behind this? Right? We said it earlier. Faith and fear cannot coexist because Mr. Ziegler said it perfectly. Fear is just an acrostic for false evidence appearing real. That's what it is, guys. And so when you talk about faith and fear not being able to coexist, they cannot inhabit the same space. You're either faith-filled or fear-filled. Fearful-filled. Whatever. Joshua 1:9 says it this way, but be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, right? Do not be discouraged, for the Lord our God is with us wherever we go. Wherever, guys. So where are you going? Just know that God is with you. And so fear, here's the thing. Your enemy, right, or fear, often tricks us into believing the worst case scenario, right? But most of the time, yes or no, answer this in the comment section. Fear is nothing more than that false evidence appearing real, and we often we make it worse in our mind than it is in reality. Yes or yes, right? So faith, on the other hand, reminds us of the possibilities and the strength that we have within us, right? Never allow that giant or that situation that you're facing to be bigger than the God that is inside of you. And so you cannot live in fear and faith at the same time. It's either one or the other, baby. It's one or the other. You pick, you choose. That's why we talk about choose to win. And so what would happen? Again, pause the recording. What would happen if you decided to trust in God's plan instead of letting fear control your decisions? I mean, seriously, how would your life look like if you chose faith over fear every single time in your daily decisions? Are you feeling me? Are you picking this up? I mean, what opportunities would open up for you guys? There's so much out there just waiting to be tapped into. And I want you to unlock the power of using that fear as your fuel and applying your faith to get to the fun. Guys, it's a process. But too many of us get stuck in the fear, and it's the start that stops most everybody. And so think about one area in your life where fear, check this out, has been holding you back. Now imagine that area, how that area could change if you chose to trust God's plan and act with courage instead. And so write down one action that you can take today, right now, this very moment, that's based on faith and not fear. It's going to take some discipline, guys. That's the part that stinks about it, because you have to discipline yourself to act in spite of that fear. And so Mr. Ziegler said it this way: courage is not the absence of fear. Oh, this is going to be the writer downer, guys. This is why I believe this is going to be the best Faith Your Fears Friday we've ever done. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's simply the mastery of it. You've mastered the fear. And so Psalms 27:1 says it this way: the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid, guys? So if God is with you, what are you afraid of? Come on, kids. Where's all my cool kids at? What are you afraid of? I mean, seriously, why are you allowing fear to push you around? Why are you allowing fear to be that schoolyard bully to keep pushing you and telling you you're not worthy, you don't deserve it, that you're nobody, you're nothing? Stop it. You're a child of God. You're the child of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, guys. There's no weapon that's going to be formed against you that is going to prosper. Not even the gates of hell shall prevail against the church. And so why? Why not? Why not you? Why not now, baby? And so fear doesn't just disappear just because you chose faith. It's still there. But courage is the ability to act even when fear is present, guys. So fear often paralyzes, right? It's that paralysis by analysis, but really it paralyzes us because we're waiting for it to go away. Newsflash. Before we move forward, it is not going to go away, guys. The truth of the matter is fear and courage can exist together. The key is to act in spite of the fear, knowing that with each step, you're growing stronger and fear loses its grip. I've said it once. I've said it time and time again. I think the first person I heard say this was Jim Rohn, but he said that it's not that life gets easier. What happens is that you get better. And so my question for you in this section is, what is one step that you can take today, even if fear is present? What is that one step? Baby steps, guys. And how would you consider, how would your confidence grow if you acted in spite of the fear, right? Feel the fear and do it anyway, guys. Do it afraid, do it imperfectly, but just do it. I mean, it worked out for Nike. So I want you to identify one step you've been hesitant to take because of that fear. I see you guys jumping on here, but appreciate you guys. Thank you. Hey, listen, I'm trying to keep this short because these things have been going a little bit longer. But commit to taking that step today, guys, even if fear is still present. Notice, just notice how your courage grows each time you act in the face of fear. And it's really a muscle that you're building. Now, I know you can't tell by the screen, but I am not as physically fit as I once was. But guys, I know that it takes repetition, right? Mr. Ziegler said that repetition is the mother of learning. So the more you do it, the better you get at it. You're going to be able to figure this thing out. And so it's going to be building your resilience muscle to be able to embrace failure as part of its success, because failure is an event. It's not a person, guys. So stop thinking of yourself as a failure. You're not. Yesterday really did end last night. And I think the scripture says it this way, right? James 1, 2, and 3. We've said this 2 or 3 times this week, right? Consider it all joy, my brothers and sisters, right? When you face these trials, when you go through these through these trials, these tribulations, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Man, that microphone ate up my ear. But what is it about resilience, right? What is it about that failure? Because that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is success's closest and nearest ally, first cousin, if you will. Failure is not the end, guys. It's just part of the journey. It's not a dead end. It's just a detour. And so every successful person that I've ever talked to, that I've ever read a book about, that I watched a video on, has failed more times than they can count. Yes or yes? But what they didn't do is they didn't allow that failure to define them. If anything else, it refined the process. It showed them how not to do it. And so the difference between those who succeed and those who fail, right, is just the resilience. It's just that resilience muscle. So faith teaches us that failure is just a stepping stone, guys. And each step is each setback that we're going through is it's an opportunity to grow stronger, guys. If anything else, it's like that bow and arrow. You feel like you're going backwards, but what's really happening is you're getting ready to get launched and propelled forward. And so how could embracing failure help you grow faster? I mean, just what if, guys? What if? What lesson could you take from your current setback that would help you in the future? Because again, it is a process. And if you think about your recent, I mean, seriously, just think about your most recent your most recent failure or setback that you would think of. And instead of viewing it as the end, ask yourself, what lesson is it teaching me? And how can I use that lesson to move forward, to get up, dust myself off, and start taking another step in the right direction? So write that down. Write down one way failure is helping you to become more resilient, guys, because it's an opportunity for you to move forward. It's an opportunity for you to become better. It's an opportunity for you to go and do something you've never done before, because that old saying that, you keep doing the same thing over and over again expecting different results is the definition of insanity. No, it's not the thing that you keep doing over and over. It's the same thinking, right? Because thought leads to emotions. Those emotions lead to actions or inactions, and those actions or inactions lead to the result. And whether negative or positive, it simply goes back to reinforce the initial thought. And so 40% of what happens to us is nothing more than a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you just simply have to start changing the thoughts, right? And you start changing the action. You start changing the way you feel about it, and you reframe that fear. And instead of using that fear to paralyze you, you use that fear as fuel. I'm spitting all over the place. I'm getting excited here. You use that fear as fuel to move you and to increase your faith, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance, guys. So are you ready? I mean, seriously, are you ready to face and faith your fears and turn them into opportunities for growth? Hey, listen, drop that strong arm, right? That strong arm emoji, right? Whether it's the bionic arm or the muscle arm, I want you to drop down in the comment section if you're committed to embracing your fears and acting with courage and using failure as fuel for success. And I have a special gift that I want to send you. So in the comment section, put that strong arm. I'm going to shoot you this e-gift that you guys are going to be able to use to help you embrace those challenges, to help use that fear as fuel to your success. And if you need help navigating your fears, hey, listen, reach out. Right? That number's right there, 903-570-0052, or go to funlifecoaching.com and schedule your one-on-one strategy session with me so that we can talk about your fears and see how we can help come up with a strategic, actionable, and implementable process and program to help move you in the direction of your dreams. Because I'm here. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help you tap into and unlock your potential and live fearlessly, guys. Hey, listen, until next time, hey, join me tomorrow morning on Something to Smile About Saturday, and then enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we're going to tap back into you guys here on Motivational Monday. Adios, amigos.